Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. And we got something a little bit different tonight. We got JJ beside me in the same room. We are not going virtual.
Yeah, this could get ugly.
Um, and we are going to be bringing on Bad Bubba Brewer here in a second as soon as we share our stuff. And we're gonna talk some wrestling and who else knows what else. So give me 1 second to share this. All right, you ready to bring Bubba on?
Let's do it.
All right. Bad Bubba Brewer, what's happening, my friend?
Oh, not much, guys. How you guys doing today?
Another living the dream.
Good, buddy.
So what's going on?
Well, what's not going on?
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick.
Hey,
Okay.
I take that
Not
personally.
not JJ.
Okay. Me neither, because
So-
I'm like a rhino.
Oh, come on, you are hard on yourselves.
Oh, I
Anyway,
know. I'm my worst critic.
so anybody that's been following you the past couple of days on Facebook knows that you've been having that itch, and it's not the same itch that JJ had just a few months ago, but it's the itch to be come back as a promoter and have a wrestling fed again. So let's talk about that.
Well, let's put this out there for the whole wrestling community to reciprocate. And let's just put it this way, guys. I was very, very close. I was closer than I've ever been since I quit promoting. And I talked to everybody that's been close to me. I have an inner circle too that I go to about wrestling stuff, and talked to my other half, and she was fully supportive of what I was going to do if I was going to pull the trigger. It's nothing against anybody else, but I was going to do it because I think I have something to offer. And I had a promoter's license at one time, and I never did anything because I was going to rent the license out. Being, the good citizen that I am, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. So yeah, under different companies, you know what I mean? And I figured, and people might give me some shit or whatever. It's like, oh, Bubba, they can't. Well, you know what? I wasn't going to do that. I didn't want to take a chance. I didn't want to risk it. I wasn't running a company at the time. And I can sit here and play devil's advocate and play politics and all this stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys. There's great talent in the area, but honestly, I'm not kissing anybody's fucking ass to be booked, when they're wrestling up the road for a friend price, and then they're going to charge me, $50 more or something like that, because it probably could happen.
Right.
I'm not going to lose stuff. So that was another hindrance, because I had to buy a wrestling ring. Rings aren't cheap, So I can go get one. It's easier now to get a bond and a license than it is to get like other stuff. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, because it was easier to get a wrestling ring a long time ago, and I couldn't get a license because my credit my credit sucked back then. Now my credit is like 5 stars. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know what I was doing, Larry? I was being cryptic, maybe, because sometimes I'm like that. Due to the job I have, I can't post a lot on social media.
Right.
I'm happy or stressed.
I hear you.
So, and it was going to be I was bringing back my company. And I wanted to, I had visions and concept of allying myself with every federation, with some of their wrestlers in my company. And I believe some people probably wouldn't have their workers on my show because I had other people that they probably didn't like. And you know what? I'm not even dealing with that. There's a lot of people that some people don't like, if would or whatever, that I respect, that actually been very respectful for me for many years, that actually ask my advice, and critique their matches. And, I never said I was a trainer. I was always a promoter because I wanted to make money and fill fucking the seats. But realistically, when you give everybody an opportunity and you're a nice guy, people take advantage of that. Well, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys right now, that would never, ever happen again. And the nice bad Bubba Brewer promoter, I would kick people to the curb for real. If I had an extra $35,000 to actually do this right. You know what I mean?
So is it
I'm not doing it.
So is it 100% chance you're not doing it for sure?
Yeah, it's 100% chance. Many years ago, a lot of people. I worked for an individual that was multi-millionaire. Okay, now if he wanted to help my company and back my company, the APWF would have been it would have been very good because I could have got anybody because he had millions and millions of dollars. Like, I'm not asking $50 to sponsor something around a ring. I'm talking millions. That didn't work out. I did gamble on that. It didn't work out. You know what I mean? Look, I'm a business guy too. Not very good one because I'd still be in business, but I don't know. It's a hard business to be in. And I can't get all my friends and family to come to wrestling shows every week or every month to watch me wrestle. Back then, it was like, blowing your thing, for the first 2 times. You can't get everybody to do that all the time. And if people think that is crazy.
So is there any chance of you maybe teaming, like getting in with another company?
No, I don't think so, because you know what? I'm very opinionated anymore the older I get, and I'm not putting up with shit, and I'm not anybody's lackey. And I have a lot to offer, and I'm very creative, and I would let wrestlers, be creative. I guess I didn't do that before. I fucked up before. I let some people be creative back then and others not. And you know what I mean? But I sit back as the older I get. I think it was a midlife crisis, I think, the other day, because I'm going to be turning 50.
We're not too far behind you.
Yeah. Well, so, I didn't sleep good at all. And then this morning, that's when I made my decision. You know what I mean? Because it could have went another way. I was looking, I had stuff lined up, the surety bond and getting ready to do the license. And you know what I mean? I'm going to put my effort into this right here. Because the podcast, guys, if they don't like what I have to say, they don't have to listen. And also I'm going to try to do a YouTube channel, which I tried before, and I'm going to put stuff on. I'm going to put stuff on like this. You know what I mean? I have this and this. I'm going to try to put that stuff on and I have some content and do some other stuff and talk a lot of maybe wrestling and Steelers and the pulp culture stuff that I do. I have a lot of following with the Steelers stuff.
Right.
I do. Not so much it's okay for the wrestling, but it's other genres that actually got me a lot of followers.
All right. So
sorry, I was going off on a tangent there for the last 10 minutes. I was a little.
Oh no, that's what we like.
We like it.
Well,
so
I want to give back to the young guys. I do. I still do stuff for Fight Underground. I told Quinn, last night I was looking to get my license, and today I told him I was not doing that because I like to give back to the young guys. I really appreciate the young talent that's in the area, and anybody that asks me privately, because I do get a lot of that, Bubba, how was my match or stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I try to be honest as I can be. I'm not trying to be a dicker. I'm not here to fucking shatter some dreams, because I've had my dreams shattered. I don't have to be a prick. I can be one hellacious prick, but I try to be somebody. The older I get, it's about creativity for me, and it's about trying to fulfill your dream. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's Hulk Hogan now hitting the gym and being jacked anymore. It's different height, different weights. It's different now. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that was going to be my question to you, Bubba, was what's your opinion on the state of the business currently?
I think it's great, but due to this COVID, who knows? Who knows if anybody's going to let anybody run in any buildings now? I mean, that was another chance that I didn't want to take either. I want to pay my bills. I don't want to be like I did before, where my bills weren't getting paid because I had to pay wrestling bills because I did everything on my own, and I really do, guys. I mean, I did everything on my own. Put the ring up, tore it down, put up posters. Independent wrestling to me is 24/7 every day. And my other half, said, she didn't understand. I said, Tammy, it's every day you do this. You don't get it. You don't get it. There's no days off, when you do the promoting stuff, because you want to be the best when you want to get people in the seats. So the businesses now, I mean, there's great companies, Imagine, and IWC and these other companies are getting back out there, but it's going to be very hard because they're not even doing concerts right now. People aren't going to the movies. Like, it's still the economy is not as good, and people, like, right now it costs $20 to go to a show. Fuck, I mean, when I was charging 40, and you got 5 tickets back then. People can't afford it. They have to choose on what they want to do for their entertainment.
Right. So, a couple weeks ago, we were at the Imagine Wrestling show in Altoona.
Yes, we were. And I'll never eat McDonald's again because McDonald's food blows.
Well, you could have came over and ate hoagies with us.
Yeah, Troy's like, oh, I don't like hoagies. Who doesn't like hoagies? I don't understand.
I don't know anybody.
I don't know either.
I'm going to tell you what, that was the best damn sub I've ever had.
I know, I was envious of you guys, for real, because I had a Big Mac and a quarter pounder that looked like crap.
So tell us your thoughts on the Imagine Wrestling show. Anything stand out to you? Something that didn't stand out to you?
Well, the young guys were great. But honestly, and I might catch some slack, but hey, what do I care? I think the neighborhood as a heel faction, you know what I mean? They're getting beat all the time. I mean, sometimes I watch their internet show, sometimes I don't. But every time I see they get beat, they got beat, and I do like the I like that tag team, the Rad Boys. So, I might be a few, but I do like, they're quick, they're passionate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, very respectful guys.
Right.
The young guys that are getting trained in Imagine are very respectful, and the neighborhood guys are all good too. And I see, and if you're going to have a heel faction, you're going to have a heel faction that kicks everybody's ass and let people lay there. Because once they get beat all the time, that's just me thinking. I actually liked, Lucio DeVere's engaging with the crowd. You know what I mean? I think he beat Kim Chi, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more entertaining than usual. He's been around the business. I mean, it is what it is. Chris Larusso was a big surprise. That tag team match was awesome. The main event, and those guys from New York, you know what I mean? They looked like the Revival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought tag teams championship was going to get switched that night. But that's not the case. And then the street fight. I know JJ was a huge franchise kind of guy.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I like him. I'm not a big franchise, even though he came from Pittsburgh. I helped him promote one time for Big Time Wrestling, but I remember the one time when he did the Break the Barrier show, and I think Lash was supposed to get some money and for signing pictures, and what he do? He sold T-shirts. He effed over Lash. That was a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, he's from Pittsburgh. He's a legend, like JJ said on the show, and he said it that night. He was standing up, and the thing that he said about New Jack and stuff. And I know Kato was friends with New Jack, and that was pretty good. I mean, New Jack was his own individual. You know what I mean? I've had my experience with him that will go down in the laurels of wrestling history that almost cost me my wrestling company, and I never seen anything like it in my entire life. But and that championship match, was great. Malachi Gage, is going to be something, and I don't know when Collier's getting signed, but hopefully it's soon,
Yeah,
but
no doubt.
what happens when they all get signed? What are you going to do?
Right.
Slade, Slade, big time, main event. What do you do? What do you do? You know what I mean?
Well, you got to build the young guys.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring these guys that are training. You're going to have to get them up to par and stuff. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I've had to do that one time when I didn't have talent left me and stuff, and I had to put my guys in before they were ready because economics 101. You don't pay. I didn't pay the trainees until they were done training. So I'm trying to make money to pay off a wrestling ring that was like $6,000 at that time. So if I'm a prick, then I guess I'm a prick.
So let's hear that story about New Jack.
Oh man,
we got time.
Oh, here we go. Okay, K Arena. 5 seconds over. I'm pointing up here because I live very close to it now, which is that's a funny story in itself too. Okay, Michael Blade, God bless his soul, called me up. He's like, Bubba, I got New Jack coming up and just wanting to sell some DVDs. Can he come up to your show? And I'm like, oh, yeah. New Jack, ECW legend, pay-per-view. It's New Jack, okay? Yeah, let him come up and sell. I get him a table. He could sell some DVDs. Well, it's a bar show, and I didn't explain myself thoroughly, okay? I didn't explain myself thoroughly. New Jack got on the mic and cut a promo saying he was the baddest beep in the place. Okay. So the owner, my boss, the owner, management, owner was not happy. People were upset. Okay. And I'm lacing my boots when I heard it down in the locker room. We had a locker room in a concession stand area because it was in the second level of the K Arena. We had Driller's Bar, which actually was the biggest bar on the east coast of the Mississippi that I ran. That's true.
Really?
It had been, yeah. I mean, I had delusions of grandeur up there, and I tried. Like I said before, when I did my little spiel about not, purchasing and not getting back into the promoting business. I mean, I tried to get I tried to have, the owner get me a wrestling ring. We were looking at 6-sided TNA rings at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I was like, hey, look, he gave me a check of $15,000 to do a show with Matt Hardy, and he gave me $7,000 to do a show with Brutus Beefcake. And let's just put it this way. My business partners at the time spent way too much money, and I got a measly $100 out of that Matt Hardy show. So, yeah, was not happy. And it was, I'm getting off tangent, which I usually do when I talk. But yeah, it wasn't. But the K Arena was it was like an HBO special. But anyway,
I was not sorry not to interrupt. I was at that building a few times, and that was a hell of a facility.
Yeah,
for wrestling and for some adult beverages.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing in Indiana County professional wrestling. You got to let people drink. That's the ticket around here. When I did shows at the Rose Inn back in the day, boom, money all the time. Anyway, back to the New Jack story.
All right.
As I was lacing up my boots, I'm like, oh my God. New Jack come back down the locker room. I'm like, New Jack, we can't have you say that. The owners of the place are upset. And you know what? The New Jack's thing, he went back and apologized. He was like, look, the owners of the place didn't like how I come off in that interview. I'm very, very sorry. So New Jack did everything I asked. Okay. And we were going to set it up where him and Big Lenny at the next show was going to get extreme, like off the balcony extreme into the bull riding area. Because that's what.
Oh no.
But anyway, the show is over. The show is over. Everybody's drinking. Now, I'm not going to give names because I'm not going to be like that, but let's just put it this way. somebody said something about his look. I'm this nationality, and you're it's a racial word I'm not going to say. And somebody said something smart to New Jack, and New Jack broke this dude's fucking nose. Shattered his fucking nose in front of 50 people. So I give New Jack credit, man. He was a bad mammer jammer, but it was my job. I am the general manager. The show is over. I had to. I put a hold on New Jack, and I'm telling you right now, people can say what they want, but it's the fucking truth. I was choking New Jack out, and if he would have slipped into his pocket and fucking stuck me, I would have been fucking probably dead. But Troy had his feet, and he tapped out. I said, New Jack, this is my job. This is how I pay my bills. Because he just broke he broke a businessman of Indiana County's nose. I couldn't have that. The state police were called. The cops were called. Blade got him out of there. Blade calls me back. He's like, I'm so sorry, Bubba. I'm like, Blade, it's cool. I calmed it down, but I was going to lose my job. I almost lost my job. Like, it's all fun and games, but when I can't pay my bills and shit, you know what I mean? I almost lost my job, and I was making good money. And then New Jack got on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, Bubba, we cool?" I was like, "Yeah," because they were going to shut down the APWF, never to wrestle there again. And I'm like, "Look, you're out of here. Nothing came up, no chart." I go, "But we're good." But that match between him and Lenny never transpired because I couldn't have that because it was bad.
Right.
Did he, is it true that he really carried that gimmick with him the whole time?
I don't know. And if he had it, he probably would have stuck me. Because he would have stuck me, but I seriously was choking him out. I'm not, there's one thing I might kid around. I kid around, like, telling stories, like saying I'm like, a Steeler offensive lineman from the Super Bowl days or something like that. Whatever. It being funny. I don't like punch people smack in the back of the neck like I'm fucking 10 years old. I don't do that. But yeah, that's a true story. Like, I choked him, and I probably would have got stuck.
Wow.
Thank God I didn't, because when I watched the Dark Tales Behind the Ring, he always had that blade in him. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, that's why I asked that question, because allegedly he carried that shit with him everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he was drinking too. They were drinking. I mean, look, when I had shows at the K Arena, all the workers that were legal age got a free drink on me and Troy. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the fucking boys took advantage of that because my staff told me, and I'm like, shut it down. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get you one. I'm not getting you 5 or 6. You know what I mean? I try. That's what I mean. You try to be nice. Everybody takes advantage of people.
Right.
But that was my New Jack. That's my greatest New Jack story ever.
Wow.
Well, that's a hell of a tale, man. Holy hell!
Your show, not on mine.
That's great. So if you've been following the show, I guess you've seen that Imagine is coming to Johnstown in October.
I've seen that. That's great.
Yes.
You guys pulled that off.
What's that?
You guys pulled that off.
Yeah. Well, we got Ken to come down and look at the place, and he liked it, and so we're gonna give it a shot.
Well, that's
will you be attending, Bubba?
That I don't know. Because I mean, there's so much stuff going on. Like, I like to go to the 19th show, but the missus, she can only handle so much wrestling. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong. I like to party, and I like to listen to 80s rock and roll. And and stuff too. Like, I'm just trying to pick and choose where I can go and stuff, because that's what sucks. Because some companies wrestle on the same night. I can't see everybody. Like, I want to go see Reverend Ron Hunt and Zach Rain and watch other companies, and I always go look at other companies. You know what I mean? And Rise Wrestling's coming up. They're in Uniontown with Brandon K. I can't be everywhere. That's what sucks. But hey, it is.
Well, it's not till October, so hopefully something comes of it.
Well, it's Halloween, isn't it? Halloween weekend, though, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah. Well,
we were gonna try and go with the Halloween Havoc name, but evidently that's trademarked.
Oh. Well, yeah. I always thought of names too. Like, well, we did one in Indiana, Nightmare on Philly Street.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I always did stuff when Lash. It was always an AC/DC song or a Metallica tune. Hey, you got to do stuff that you like, and you got to try to be creative. And we just we would throw titles of shows out there. You know what I mean? And when I've done to try to do companies in Florida and come up with new companies, that's a pain in the ass trying to come up with a new company name when you're trying to get a wrestling company and try to come up with a name that no one does before.
Right. So, but for that show, I guess already they got signed. Shane Douglas is coming.
Okay.
And also big time Bill Collier so far.
Okay. Well, hopefully he's signed by them, but can still come back and do indie shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Hope, because it's October.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He should be signed by then, quite frankly.
He should have been signed last year, but that's before.
Yeah, you're right.
But like I said, man, well, that's the same as IWC. They have a lot. Like he's IWC's champ, and main event, and all these guys go. You know what I mean? Western Pennsylvania is a hot spot, so you're gonna have to get another batch of individuals to come up with if they get this classic 1974 Steeler draft class, signed.
Well, that last show that IWC did, hell, Wardlow and Britt Baker must have went through that locker room and just plucked everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Justin, that federation has been good ever since Bubba the Bulldog and Norm Connors ran it. You know what I mean? You can't compete. Like when I was doing my little spiel before, and I was trying to if I had an extra $35,000, I could be good. I would need to compete with IWC probably $150,000. That's just to get started. You know what I mean? Because they're in the Pittsburgh area. And I don't know. It's running wrestling is critiquing shows is probably a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper. But you're not going to make friends out of it. But I have enough friends.
Well, if us two shitheads can sit around and critique shows, I think you have more knowledge than us.
Well, no, because you know what, you guys been fans all your life, and it's what you want to see. Everybody's have different opinions and different values, and what they like to see is, you know what I mean. What you like could be different than what I like, and you can see something that I didn't see. So you bring everybody's viewpoint to the table. I'm not a, the older I get, I don't think I was ever like a dictator. You know what I mean? But I've been told at work, and I've been told, hate is you shouldn't hate, Bubba. And I'm like, you know what? Shut up, because hate is a great motivator for me. If I hate something, it motivates me to do greatness. Look, I hate New England Patriot fans. I hate New England, and I hate the Ravens, and hate the Raven organization. So that is viable for me. And some wrestlers, I don't like to be force-fed something. I like to watch it to be entertained, and nothing against, and I know I'm going to catch hell because, you know what I mean, everybody, I am not a John Cena fan, and I keep saying that. Look, he's great for the military, and he's awesome for Make-A-Wish. I just never, yes, he's the new version of Hulk Hogan or whatever. Yeah, but when you get a little older, Hogan getting, shaking his thing and getting beat up, well, it took the other guys to make Hogan. It took Piper at, MTV to settle the score and stuff like that. And, and I don't, Roman Reigns right now, your boy Roman, JJ, is doing great. Okay, he's doing great, but also too, for him to come back from leukemia is a fucking godsend. And I am not going to bash anybody that has that kind of stuff, but I liked Roman for being heartfelt when he did that thing. I like him now as a heel, but I don't like him when he's going against Cesaro. So Cesaro, and that's another thing, guys. Like, look at all this talent that's being wasted. All this talent is being wasted.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I actually, and me being a Roman guy, I actually thought they should have put Cesaro over. Just give him, you could have gave him a 1 month run with that belt.
To me, it's too soon. It's too soon. Sometimes the thrill of the chase is better than being a champion.
Well, but they don't have, okay, so who do you think they have ready to take that off Roman? Because I don't see anybody right now.
The only person that I see, because I missed last week's SmackDown, would be Cesaro, but you keep working that. Like you're working Lashley and McIntyre on Raw, which that should come to a head at SummerSlam. Like Braun Strowman had his day in the sun. I mean, he's a great physical athlete, but Braun doesn't do it for me anymore, and I like big guys. But I like a lot of different types of wrestlers.
I was a huge Braun fan too, but they shit the bed with him, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, they shit the bed with a lot of people because do you think it's Vince? This is what he does and this is how he does it? Like I just don't understand it. Like NXT was the cream of the crop at one time. Now it's very bland for me.
Yeah.
Who is the cream of the crop right now? AEW, right?
That's the only Larry, that's the only show that I don't record. I watch it live. So what's that tell you?
That's right.
All right. This was going to be one of my questions. Let me just get this out of the way.
But I'm not a Young Bucks fan. They don't sell a lot. You know what I mean? It just, they're super kicking, super kick parties it's just too much.
They're goddamn middle school kids.
Well, maybe eighth graders.
That fight like the Road Warriors. Give me a goddamn break.
There's no JJ. There is no team in the past, present, and future like the Legion of Doom. There's no team. I don't give a shit. I don't care. There is no other team. Nothing.
No, you're exactly right.
And it took Hawk's troubles and the back injuries, to derail that team. You guys might like the Dudleys, but I know they captured every title. But in the heyday, go toe to toe in the heyday, the Warriors would mop them up. And I'd tell Bubba Ray to his face, I might get punched, but who cares?
So let me ask you this. But I got a big problem with this. So they use war games, AEW I'm talking about. They use war games as a build-up to fighting on a goddamn football field. War games should be the blow-off. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. But maybe that stadium fight is their war games, and they did it in reverse. And they blown a lot of spots in them war games. That was brutal. That was a lot of stuff. And then, Y2J with the blade. The cameraman should have panned somewhere else. But hey, we could sit here and critique everything about every professional wrestling thing because, look, I might have been, a big flagpole in the local area, but I don't have a hill of beans. I never been on TV in a main event. It's just my opinion and what I want to see. That's like in movies and TVs and everything I like. So that war games the war games from NXT with Pat McAfee had a better style to it. But it was more bloodier. The AEW war games was more bloodier because they gigged themselves a little deep. And I know because I used to do that all the time too, and it sucked.
Yeah, some of those guys hit gushers, but so we go from that to football field fuckery.
Well,
And then where do you go after that?
That could be. I don't know. I don't know where you go from that. Those two factions should, it's. I don't know where you go. Well, pretty soon, Jericho's going, on tour. So.
Yeah, there's got to be some Fozzy dates in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I thought that. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Sammy Guevara should be the main guy when he leaves.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's wrestling on every day. It's too much.
Oh, believe me, my fiance lets me know that.
Mine don't even. She just is like, just shakes her head. She'll watch the pay-per-view, but you know what I mean. Like, and it's not as. It's on every day, but it's so bland.
Yeah, it really is. Everything's watered down.
Yeah.
Who can sit through? I remember Monday night was that was appointment television for Raw, and I can't even. And I'm a WWE guy, and I can't even sit through it anymore.
At that time, when it was Nitro and Raw going head to head, they were beating. They were beating the NFL. They were beating Monday Night Football at that time. You know what I mean? They were getting 9 point. You know what I mean? It was astronomical. But now there's a lot. I mean, you can record it. I watch it on Hulu. Any WWE thing, I don't watch live. I watch it on Hulu because it doesn't perk my interest, which is sad. The old stuff, the documentaries do. Like I've been watching. You know what? It gets my chaps is that hidden treasure stuff. When all those guys lose all their shit and then they got to go find it again. Like, you know what I mean? Like $10,000 for an Iron Sheik boot or something like that. That's crazy. Well, he probably lost it because he was smoked up, but like
you better watch. He's going to make you humble.
Well, hey, I am a humble guy. I tried that thing one time on an APWF show. Those fucking things, I couldn't do it. And I was like 27, 28 years old. I picked them up and I did it, but I couldn't. I put them back down. And I used to lift pretty heavy weights back when I was younger.
I just listened to another podcast. I won't give them a cheap plug, but they said that some of those were gimmicked.
I wish the one I was using was gimmicked.
When they were doing an angle, they'd be gimmicked, but Sheik would do them for real.
Oh, you ever see that documentary on Netflix about him?
No,
no, I have not.
Watch it. He is, for a person who lived the gimmick of being anti-American, he was probably more American than some people that live in this country.
Oh wow!
His daughter got killed tragically in a murder. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why he acts the way he does. Which, you know what I mean? That would take me over the edge if something tragic happened to me. But he is probably more American, just like, Nikolai Volkov. You know what I mean? When these guys flee other countries, communist countries, and with their lives and come over here and play the part, you know what I mean? They truly appreciate being a United States citizen. So if you ever get a chance, I watched it before. That's what I mean. I'm more into the documentaries, than sometimes Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, which SmackDown's actually better than Raw.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So this weekend is Double or Nothing. You gonna watch it on Sunday?
Well, I'm gonna watch it because I got a great super box to watch.
That's right.
That's called Larry TV.
What boxes did you get? I'm fucking like a politician or something. I tell one person, it's like the floodgates have opened.
Yeah, yeah. I got a couple people from you.
I know, and I tell you what, I try to get more. I can't beat Larry TV. I can't.
Best money you ever spent, Bubba.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Certainly is.
I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate it too.
Yeah. So, do you think Britt Baker's gonna be the women's champion?
Yeah.
Me too.
Finally, it took her to get over to being a heel. Like, I don't know why she never came to Punksy. I don't know why IWC never came to Punksy. it'd be sellout. You know what I mean? You can't have Punxsutawney Community Center be sold out by this jabroni sitting in this chair. I'm not on major TV. She could sell it. They could have sold that shit out. I don't understand it. I don't. I really don't. IWC and Punxsy would have been sold out.
Well,
so if they're listening,
they did try a couple years ago up there in Punxsy, didn't they? At the ball field.
IWC, not IWC. It was something where it wasn't even worth watching because because what I did was I put big time wrestling flyers on cars and they came out and they told me to and I looked in and I laughed and I'm like, you guys just disgraced what I built up here for many years. But actuality, the last show that we had up there, we didn't do very good. So, you know what I mean? So I'll go with the prior shows when we first got started in APWF. Those were all big shows. But yeah, IWC is never, and Punxsutawney was a hot spot. Actuality, that's where I was told last night if I would have pulled my trigger, you know what I mean? And people were bitching about me, whatever. Someone told me they can bitch all they want because you built Punxsy, Bubba, so you can go up there and run anytime you want to. I said, oh, well, thank you. But I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I've realized as I go back, I don't need to be stressed out like that. And you got to have a good team. You know what I mean? And I'm not using all my money to front a wrestling company. I'm not doing it.
Right. Somebody on Facebook says, hi, Bubba. I'm not sure who it is.
Hello. Yeah. I don't know who it is. What's your name?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it just comes up Facebook user. Yeah. You got to put your name in, guys.
I don't do the I do Facebook. Well, I've done the Facebook stuff. When we do it, you get all the stuff on Facebook. When I do the Triple B Double D Heavyweight podcast, it comes up. And then when I used to co-host and get on Fight Underground, you could see everybody's comments with their name. But sometimes Facebook is, it's this stuff being tech savvy. It's very, very hard. And I wish I would have paid attention in college because I would have done my own posters. I would have definitely did my own editing. And I'm going to try to do a YouTube channel because I got rid of my YouTube channel because I tried to get a fan that wasn't supposed to be off of it. And I just had to cancel the whole channel. I couldn't get him off because I didn't know how. And yeah, and he shouldn't have been on anyway because I don't want some of those people on my site, job related anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a YouTube channel, and call it the Triple B Experience. Because I mean, everything I do is an experience. Like this right here is an experience for me talking to you guys.
Right. It was actually Cato. It says it was Cato that said, hi, Bubba.
Oh, hi, Ken.
He said, what did I miss? A whole hell of a lot, Ken. We were talking about New Jack.
Hey, if you don't get on at a certain time, you better watch it again. Because when I come on at 6:30 approximately, it's approximately my time to entertain everybody else. Because I'm very entertaining. A lot of people might not like my style, but I'm all substance.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you like hoagies.
I do like hoagies. McDonald's sucks, man.
Yeah.
Troy ever fucking does that again. I'm like, Troy, you can go to McDonald's your damn self. Like, I live very close to like a dairy DQ. That's probably my problem because I do like a blizzard. So, and I seriously try to eat right, but it's hard. I don't know. It's just so hard.
It's weird how you can go buy a large fry for $1, but you can't buy it like a fruit salad. Costs you about $6 for a small.
Well, that's because we live in the United States and everything else healthy is expensive, and everything that's junk food costs you $15, and you can load up your cart. But if you get like some apples, bananas, and some lettuce, you're already at $30.
Yeah. Yep.
Sucks.
Yep, you're right.
And nothing's cheap. That's what I mean.
That's why Larry's Wi-Fi password is wings.
He's not lying.
Or is it hot wings or just wings?
I'm not going to give the whole thing out, but you can get
I understand. You don't need any cheap bastard hawking on his Wi-Fi.
No, absolutely not.
You got to secure that down, man.
But Bubba, are you a hot wings fan?
I do. I like sweet hot wings.
Sweet
Back
hot.
in my college days, back when Kangaroos was in Indiana, they used to have the Tasmaniac wings, and
Oh,
it was too hot. Like I don't want something super hot that I can't enjoy, you know. But I do like good wings. But now wings and being in the bar business back in the day, like wings, I'm not paying $20 for an order of wings. One thing about me is I'm not cheap, okay. But also too, I'm not gonna fucking get into a wrestling company and mortgage my house because to pay a wrestling company. I'm not doing that either. But but I will not pay $20 for wings. I mean, I don't know what it is down your guys' way, but up here I got an order of wings last about 2 weeks ago. It was $1 a wing,
oh
$12.
wow.
12, and
That's about what it is here.
they were like this big, like that big. They weren't big at all.
Pigeon wings.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been to places that are over $20. I am not. Back in the day, gentlemen, wings were free. They were free. You
I,
couldn't give them away.
I heard a lot of people said that.
Yeah, back in the mid '90s. I mean, when I bounced at a place called Psychads, which is now Walmart, Indiana, they used to give wings free on Thursday. You can go up there and like eat a ton free. You don't get
Wow.
anything free. Nothing free. Like everybody used to ask me when I used to bartend, Bubba, what's free here? I'm like, well, you get a free counseling, you get free friendly chat, you get free parking, and if you fuck me off, you get a free ass kicking.
You'll have to come up. You'll have to come up some night, and we'll go for wings at Tulloon's.
Tulloon's, is that one of your sponsors?
That is one of our sponsors.
Right, you guys are getting sponsors. You guys are blowing me out of the. I gotta step up my game.
Yeah.
No, because I watch you guys. Look, you got to watch everything. You know, you have to. You just have to. So, and then like I always watch everything that I'm on or something because I am my worst critic. I critique everything that I do. I must have OCD or something, but I always want to be better than I was before. So, and right now, this is the greatest gift that I got besides, what my life, but is my mouth. And I wish I could do these. I wish I could podcast every day and do stuff every day and talk about. I mean, I talk at work all day long about stuff, but those guys I just do it just to piss them off. But
hey, that's a nice hat you got on. You might have to send one my way.
I do, and we sell them on Idiot Radio shop. We have our own shop on Idiot Radio. This past weekend, Todd did his reunion show with all his buddies. It was a little bit it's a comedy. It was a comedy thing, but yeah, Todd DeFazio has like 5 or 6 shows. Todd does great with graphics and stuff like that. His studio is phenomenal. I've been with him for a couple of years now, so
right.
I have the utmost respect for Todd, and he's a WWE guy. He is. Why?
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Me and Mav, we talk about other wrestling, and he's like, "Oh, WWE."
I was trying for a free hat, just like you said, free hat.
I got to get some. I'll tell you what, boys. I got to get some more Triple B, Double D. Some Triple B bar and grill shirts. I got them made up, but I got to get double X's, and you guys got to give me your size. And what I'm doing is I give them away because it expresses the brand of
right.
And the Triple B stuff is on Todd's stuff, but the shirts are nice. Like I got a whole bunch of shirts.
Nice.
The hat I bought this hat because I wear it like you just try to promote. That's all. Yep. I'm trying to get like 800 people on Facebook on the experience site, and I think I got close to 1,600 on the wrestling Triple B Double D site. You know what I mean? Whoa. So it's hard. You guys doing the same. Like your Uncle Tony. The last show, your Uncle Tony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Said you guys are doing a good thing. It's a slow, tedious process. It really. I've been doing this for over 3 years. So more people talk to me now about my podcasting than my wrestling, which is okay. I mean, I still get people, do you wrestle? And I was like, you kidding me? I wrestle, the dog to take her out the piss. That's about it.
um, Anthony Fortunato says you had the voice for it, Bubba. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Well, I was told I had the voice for radio at one time. One time, gentlemen, I had my voice was on WDVE as a commercial.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't get paid for it. No residual money, nothing.
I thought you was going to say a 900 number.
Well, no, a lot of women, maybe they say I have a sexy voice. I've been told.
Oh, it's turning me on right now. I got to be honest with you.
What'd he say?
He says turning him on right now, and I'm sitting beside him.
Oh, geez.
Great.
Well, thanks, JJ. So let me ask you guys a question.
All right.
Are you going to watch the pay-per-view Sunday?
Absolutely.
JJ?
Begrudgingly.
Okay.
He'll be the first one to turn it on.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question, because you guys like to ask each other questions. Out of all the territorial areas in wrestling, what is your best territory? Of any company or any territory before Vince bought it up. I'll go with that.
Wow. I liked USWA. Do you remember that?
I do.
That was Memphis, wasn't it?
Was that Memphis? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was Memphis.
Actually, that's funny. I was going to say Memphis also.
Was you?
Yeah.
You were. Was you going to go?
Yeah.
Was you going to go? Which era of Memphis, JJ?
Like Lawler Kaufman.
Oh, that was. You know what? I watched that thing on that Natural Treasure where they bought. Bill Apner gave him the neck brace. You guys see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Like that whole storyline was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
I like
yeah.
Andy Kaufman as a comedian because I like Taxi. Wow. Okay. See, mine was Bill Watts's Mid-South.
Yeah, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Mid-South.
That's the best. That's the bet, and Georgia is right below it.
Yeah, and then you could go Florida Championship Wrestling also.
Yeah, and then you could go. See, back up in my day, because you guys, I don't know if you guys used to get Channel 53 down. You get Channel 53 down in J-Town?
I don't think so.
I don't.
WPTT in Pittsburgh.
No.
Well, Channel 22 at 4:00 on Saturdays had WWE at 4. That's when I saw Piper live beat the shit out of Snook at Piper's Pit, which is the craziest thing I ever saw in my entire life. And then at 5:00 it was World Class, and then Thursday nights it was Mid-South at 10:00. I got to stay up late. You know what I mean? And I remember Terry Taylor versus Jake the Snake Roberts at Mid-South. Terry Taylor was a hell of a wrestler.
He got killed. He got killed by the Red Rooster.
Oh, but he still made money.
Yeah, yeah. So one of our Facebook users says world class.
Okay, World Class is good, but that Von Erich stuff, that tragedy of being a Von Erich, man. Well, I seen a documentary on Chris Adams, so and Gino. If Gino Hernandez wouldn't have died, that's the original $1 Million Man right there.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry, I got to get my mouse fell. My mouse.
I liked Smoky Mountain too. I remember watching that with my grandfather.
Okay.
I can't remember what night it was on. It was on late at night though. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like a Wednesday night. First off, hold on. Wait a goddamn second. Do you understand who ran that promotion?
Yes. Yeah.
The greatest manager of all time.
Bubba the Brain Heenan. Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Bubba.
No.
Thank you. Fucking clownette.
What do you mean, no?
No.
Thank you, Bubba.
Heenan. Look, Jim Cornette never had. Did he ever manage anybody in a WrestleMania main event?
Yes, he did.
Who?
Oh,
Yokozuna. WrestleMania 10.
I'm not sure about that.
You might be right.
Not might. I am.
No, I'm just saying I'm not sure. So if you're saying it, but Bubba's not sure, so
he might be right, because I know I was going to go with Heenan with Andre, and actually, I mean, and Jimmy Hart actually had a lot of guys too. So Jimmy Hart, to me, would be better than Jim Cornette.
Yes, thank you. I can't stand Clownette.
I don't need this shit.
Well, I'm not trying to piss you off. I piss you off all the time.
Trust me, Bubba, it's not hard to piss him off.
Well, I get pissed off all the time. I'm Italian. I'm a hothead. I'm older now.
Well, I can resonate with that. You said earlier that you're more opinionated when you're older. I've gotten pretty angry in my old age.
Before JJ, I would let things. Let's just say this: I would let people do stuff that they shouldn't have done to me. Like now, I would not put up with it. Like I would not put up with, like, no offense, in the wrestling business, getting stiffed on pay. I wouldn't put up with it. I would have kicked. I probably would have gotten a fight and punched somebody out. And I wouldn't have. I don't think. Look, I can take a couple jokes here and there. You know what I mean? Ha ha ha. But when you get in my personal space, if you're not my significant other, or I shake your hand or give you a hug because you're my brother and I truly love my friends and family, we're gonna have issues. You know what I mean? Because I'm not punching. I'm not in junior high. I don't do that. Like I don't try to super embarrass anybody, because anymore people have a lot of people can't handle. I'm not saying I can handle a lot of stuff, but they don't need to do that. Like, and people, you fuck around with somebody and you treat them like shit. And they remember that for years, and it probably weighs on them, and they don't ever tell you, because people don't truly say what's on their mind anymore. They don't. I lost my mouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and I don't like to rib people. I mean, could you imagine if someone took a shit in my bag, how I would, oh my God, I wouldn't care. I'd get my ass beat, but still, I mean, like behind me is all my comic books and stuff. If somebody ripped a comic book in half, I have an issue with that. Like, I would never destroy anybody's, I don't know, maybe I'm older now. Like, I was younger and I used to drink and carry on and smash mailboxes and corn people. You know what I mean? But I'm older now. I have responsibilities. I try to be a role model as much as I can be. Get my mouse.
Yeah, it's not hard to get JJ spun up, Bubba.
No, I feel too, because people thrive on jerking my chain. Like I'm when I get upset or whatever, I get very animated, and it's easy to do. They do it at work all the time, and I go off. You're not supposed to go off at work, and I shouldn't be going off on my supervisors and all that. I try to make it very professional, and I ask questions outside the box. So that must make me a bad guy.
Hey, I used to just let shit roll off my back, and the older I get, the more I get, as Larry says, spun up.
Yeah, I know.
You know what really gets them going, Bubba?
What's that?
You know what really gets them going?
Well, we talk shit on Roman Reigns.
No, well, besides that,
AEW is the shit.
No, listen.
AEW is the shit. You're exactly right.
Didn't say that.
He'll be browsing through the Facebook, and he sees people with filters.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that either, though.
He absolutely loves the filters.
Oh, I think you had one the other day. Did you have one the other day, Larry?
Yeah, but that wasn't. People said it looked like makeup. It wasn't makeup.
Looked like you were a coal miner or something.
He did that strictly for my benefit. I can assure you.
Oh. Well, he likes to jerk. He likes to jerk you around and get you going, JJ.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I'm glad you didn't say jerk him off.
People do that to me too. But anymore, I just tell them. I just go off and then I cut an Ultimate Warrior promo or something, which is incoherent, and then people leave me alone.
So, is there anything else you want to ask us, Bubba? Anything at all?
No, I mean, I'll save it for the next time. You know what I mean? I think you guys are doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. It's never ending. It's every day. Trying to get people, sharing it. What you guys need to do is share everything, on your wrestling groups and stuff. That's what I do. I put the podcasts on wrestling groups. That's what I do. And then if you look, I get, because the last time I did my Triple B experience, I almost got 500 views. So,
oh, wow.
If you have any wrestling groups that you guys are a part of, share your show, and then people might look at it, and you might get different people from, around the world, or, even the country at least.
Right.
It's every day. It's every day, and you guys do way more shows than I do.
Our friend Anthony says, watch it, Bubba. Laugh out loud. Don't speak about the Warrior like that.
Dude, the Warrior sucked.
Oh, we just lost a viewer.
Terrible.
Oh, he's gonna fly off the handle.
Terrible.
He's coming to Indiana County right now as we speak. He's finding you.
Hey brother, I live at 374 Route 119.
Yeah.
No, he was. Look, him Sting as the Blade Runners, god awful. The Warrior just, he couldn't carry the ball after he beat Hogan. And I feel bad. Look, I feel bad that, the Monday Night Raw, his speech, like with his face, his mask, no offense. I seen him bashing Hogan on a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, he was bashing Hogan. Everybody, you know what? Everybody bashes the man that's on top. I mean, that's rough. But, I seen videos of the Warrior bashing kids working out and shit. I'm like, holy hell, dude.
Anthony, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to bash. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to bash your idol, but I was like, when I went to a Tom Pritchard. I didn't go to Altoona to see Tom Pritchard and take the seminar. I drove the whole way to Massachusetts to have Pritchard rein me out in the ring, and he did. But he asked somebody who their favorite wrestlers were. Somebody said the Ultimate Warrior, and he was like, I get one in every class. And he asked me, I said, Roddy Piper. I told him.
You were in, yeah.
Yeah, I was in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did one leapfrog, man. That was it.
I've seen videos of Warrior and Anthony. I'm sorry, but that dude was a piece of garbage. He laughed. He posted a video and laughed when Bobby Heenan was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, that's terrible. Heenan was the brain was so funny and so, he tried to be, when he went to these conventions and he did whatever he could. It's a shame. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When these older guys, when they pass, it's very emotional for me. Well, and honestly, when any wrestler passes away, I get very emotional because it's a part of, I know I'm getting older, and look, I'm going to be 50, and your heroes are passing away. You know what I mean? And anymore, a lot of people are passing. So you have to cherish every day, and go 150 miles an hour, you know what I mean? Because you just never know anymore. You just don't.
Well, at least I'm not the only one that gets emotional when they pass away.
Yeah, to laugh at Bobby the Brain Heenan when he had his whole jaw reconstructed and stuff is just a blatant disrespect. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are disrespectful. And no offense, guys, I'm sure there's a lot of guys on the independent thing that's disrespectful. But really, when you fucking nut up and you get into them and punch them in the face, and then without having the cops called, because they're disrespectful, maybe they'll get some respect. You know what I mean? If people act like assholes all the time, that's all people are ever going to be.
Right.
That was my political speech for today.
There you go. So you want to, before we cut out, Bubba, you want to plug anything?
I just want to plug you guys. You know what I mean? Doing a great job. I do my shows. We do once a month when we get everything situated because my partner in crime is very, very busy, and we got to get it when we can. But the Triple B Experience, we'll be doing recording a show here very, very soon. The Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast, I believe we'll be doing SummerSlam. And I am going to try to get the Triple B Experience on the YouTube channel where I can put my shows. And if I, can do stuff by myself and like maybe 5 minutes or talk about the Steelers, because that's what really got me in the podcast. And it wasn't so much the wrestling. It was me venting about the Steelers winning or losing on my Facebook Lives when hundreds and hundreds of people were like, they wanted to be, I guess I'm entertaining when they lose. I'm entertaining when they win, but when they lose, I guess I'm way worse. So, and I also do, Steelers Realm podcast where they get me on as and you guys, I'm just a guest on a lot of podcast shows because, that's all I do anymore. Because honestly, and when I started off this podcast, I'm going to end it the same way. That's what I truly want to do. And I can put a little money and, get some shirts and some merchandise and do stuff like that. But, to end it, I truly love the wrestling business, but I don't want the stress of the wrestling business. And remember, every dynasty crumbles. I know that because I thought I had one at one time. You know what I mean? And I just want to do other stuff. And there's other chapters that I'm doing that, and my life is good. And I had a lot of support if I would have done this. And my other half, my future wife, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I rather spend money on a wedding reception than buy a wrestling ring.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
I want to get drunk, man.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, well, she's cool as shit. And then I still need a 0-turn mower. So I'm working on that. But I appreciate you guys having me. And anytime you guys need me, you let me know. Anytime you need me to share stuff, I will. You guys are doing a great job. Keep plugging away. Keep plugging away.
Thank you. We appreciate it, Bubba.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, we will definitely have you on again.
Well, your ratings go up when I'm on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so too.
We went from usually around 5 people. We were up to 12 at one point.
Yeah.
So
give the old Barry Horowitz.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you should try to do this on Facebook. You probably get a little more people interacting in your group. And then you could share it. Facebook used to do that watch along. They quit doing that. Boy, when you could do that watch along, boy, with the views up.
Really?
Oh yeah, with the watch along, because
we have it streaming through the Facebook group, our YouTube channel, and I have it on my personal one, so it's going to 3 different places.
Okay, yeah, because I know when Facebook does it, when you do it and you go to Facebook, and then people will jump on, they'll jump off, and it just adds, and then you could share it, and then people can share it. You know what I mean? And what you need is to have people share it. But it's a lot of tech stuff, and I need to get a little better tech savvy than I am. I'm not MacGyver because I can't take the duct tape and the glue and make power. It just doesn't work for me.
All right, Bubba. Well, we'll let you go so you can go do your thing, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, guys. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thanks.
You too.
Bubba.
Thanks, Bubba.
Bye-bye.